Oke, selamat malam Bapak Ibu semuanya. Apa kabar? Dan saya percaya semuanya dalam keadaan sehat walafiat. Dan malam hari ini selamat datang di Chill and Share malam hari ini. Dan tentunya sudah ada dua narasumber yang telah hadir yang akan men-sharing mengenai lifestyle-nya mereka dalam bisnis UnFranchise. Dan today we have two powerful speaker. And one is Amber Yang from New York. Already
Hello.
here. And Ken Tai is from Malaysia.
Hello, good evening everyone.
Ya, dan tentunya malam hari ini mereka akan membawakan dalam bahasa Inggris. Jadi Bapak Ibu kalau perlu interpreter, langsung aktifkan show caption Anda untuk ke dalam bahasa Indonesia. Okay, so I just tell them that tonight we will be sharing in English. So for those who want to translate, they can active the caption in their Zooms for the captions in bahasa. Okay. Okay, tentunya sudah tidak sabar lagi. We want to know. So maybe I start with Amber. Maybe can tell us a little bit about your background.
Oh, sure. Hello, good morning, everyone. Well, actually, good evening over there. I came to US about 30 some years ago for higher education. I had a master's degree in nutritional science
Wow.
and started to work as a nutritionist for the state of New York. I was on that job for 10 years. Was my first job in US and was my last job in US. Thank you to Market America. That was my background, a nutritionist.
Okay, that's interesting. So that's your first job and your last job in
Last job.
America. And then after that,
Yeah.
you joined shop.com.
Right.
Wow. How about you, Ken?
Okay, wow, that's such a powerful background from Amber. Myself, I studied accounting finance in the UK, United Kingdom, in Manchester, a big city in UK. After studying, I came back to Malaysia, living close to the family, and I worked as an auditor for a good 5 to 6 years, and eventually transport the business from my mom, Susan, and then right after that, ventured into entrepreneurship.
Wow. So maybe like this is one of the common questions for that both of you are from a professional, side. And then what is inspire you, both of you, to become an entrepreneur? Yeah. Maybe Amber first.
Okay. Well, the reason I started Market America was quite classic. One, my dad was sick. My dad had a cancer. So I was looking for any possible ways just keep my dad alive. In a nutritionist, I believe in wellness prevention. So I was shopping for supplement. Second, I had no time. I have my oldest son was 3 years old. My younger one was 1 year old. And I brought my mom, dad from China to take care of the kids for me. Husband was a IT professional, work long hours. I work as a full-time. So every minute counts. And also on top of all that, I was so broke. We just bought this house. This is a rebuilt house. This house rebuilt. Used to be one floor, and we knocked it down, rebuilt it. Just bought a house. I was so broke. Every minute count. So the reason brought me into Market America was time, money, and health.
Time, money, and
but you asked a very good question. What's the magic moment brought me become an entrepreneur? When I started Market America, I didn't realize this is a serious business. Didn't realize at all. I was in because my dad needed products. I want to get a wholesale, and also, I want to start a home-based business.
Okay.
Give me some tax shelter.
Yeah.
Accountants right here can understand, right? A home-based business. And so I never ever in my wild dream that I can be where I am today with the Market America. So the magical moment is all happened in convention.
Oh,
My
interesting.
first convention, I sit there, I saw
Mhm.
the recognition, all these people cross the stage and they are making 4,500, 7,500. I said, if they can make this much, how
Mhm.
about 300 for me? Right? I
Mhm.
start to realize that Market America is not just a opportunity, give me tax write-off
Mhm.
or products at wholesale.
Mhm.
I realized there's money in Market America, and if I grab this opportunity, make it happen, I
Mhm.
can totally change my life.
Wow.
That is a very, very important magical moment for my business and for my life as well.
So your magic moment happens in convention.
Yeah, my first convention. This was 23 years ago. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, 23 years
Wow.
ago.
Yeah.
Wow, wow,
Indeed.
wow, wow.
Yeah, last month was my 23 years anniversary with Market America. Yes.
Wow,
Wow.
congratulations.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, my oldest son is 26 already. Yes.
Wow.
Wow, so long. Wow, that's
I know, right?
awesome. That's awesome. How about you, Ken?
Okay, wow, I don't think my story can beat Amber, but yeah. She mentioned her story is a classic. Mine is, I should say, it's not a classic. It all started off from my mom, Susan. She was approached by a friend from Singapore, looking for pioneer in Malaysia because they want to launch, the next country after Singapore is Malaysia. So they're looking for, friends of connections, network in Malaysia. And there's a friend of hers,
Mhm.
Jessica, gathered a few friends, just to
Mhm.
share about the business and the
Mhm.
products. And my mom, used to run beauty business for more than 25 years. Okay, a facial beauty salon. And she has, a good size of customers, taking care
Mhm.
of their skin health and also their own, health. And the products really work on them as a customer because before they launch Market Malaysia, it's all about, just using the products, build up a customer base. And that's when, my mom's, heard the business side and they say,
Mhm.
Ken, you were looking for, in fact, I was looking for an opportunity to get away from corporate job.
Mhm.
9 to 5 jobs. I was looking for things to do, even like opening up a cafe or doing some tradings, things like that. But I didn't, get any opportunity. So when, this opportunity came and I was not entirely, with a open mind. I was skeptical. I went to
Mhm.
listen to a business presentation, face to face, physical. A
Mhm.
Singaporean came all the way to KL, and there was the whole 2 hours more, okay,
Yeah.
plus just to show the
Mhm.
plan. Now, if we
Mhm.
do that, I think we will be, we couldn't get the things done. So, long story short, I was skeptical, and my dad also tell me, back then, try to really research the business so you and my mom do not fall into another scheme or things that can actually harness your reputation. So I went to study and then evaluate 6 to 7 times, listen more overviews and also the online
Mhm.
videos, and I came with a conclusion to my dad and my mom
Mhm.
with these 3 points that actually started my entrepreneurship. Number
Mhm.
one, the business must have products. If it's just
Okay.
selling you a system to run system for money, please be careful. But then they have great products, and my mom have good size of customers consuming the products from Singapore, while
Mhm.
Malaysia don't have, means product works, so
Yep.
products must be there. Number
Mhm.
two, must be a .com business. If it's not .com, imagine that was like 9 years ago. If it's not
Mm.
.com, basically you are .gone. All right. So they have apps, they have
Yeah, yeah.
websites, not just Malaysia. They have like Singapore, Taiwan, all the Asia unified countries. And yeah, number two. And number three, the scalability of it.
Yep.
That they can allow us to expand into Singapore also, not just within Malaysia, but then we can also expand into Taiwan, Hong Kong, Australia, and if in future Asia countries that will be launched, you can
Mhm.
also branch into that country very easily because it's an online franchise model. So with that
Mhm.
3 points, I told my mom, great, why not? But one key magic moment because we waited for 2 whole years for Malaysia to launch. I don't know whether Amber
Mm-hmm.
remember that. We were, disappointed when, every half yearly, oh, I'm gonna launch, but not yet. Oh, I'm gonna launch, but not yet, So we were kind of, disappointed. But my second convention, which is in Singapore,
Yeah.
I was actually, yeah, with disappointment, I attended that because we were waiting and it didn't launch. And then the senior partner, Richard and Stephanie told my mom, we do not want to lose Ken. He's with high hope.
Mm-hmm.
That how to save his hope. And Richard just answered, just go to convention. How we went there, we went before, and then now you ask him to spend Singapore dollars to go
Mm-hmm.
ahead. And I don't know how he feels. And I said, no, that will be the answer. Susan, bring this ticket to camp. So my mom came back with a convention ticket. I said, mom, again. And my mom said, why not just go there and then have fun while still, learn something. So my first 1.5 days, UBP night, and then day one, I didn't really focus. I went up to USS to walk around. That's a great location. And on day two, because we spent that money, so I told myself, I have to spend some time. So the last final 2 hours plus or so, I sit there just to get back my investment. And I heard
Okay.
from one of the greatest speaker to date, and even to date, which is Johnny Huang from Taiwan. He mentioned in Chinese, 胜者为王. Basically translating in English is that those that you persist, you continue on, eventually you will be the successful one. Okay, monetary or even your self growth. So with that, it totally changed me. And I must say the proudest person that moment will be my mom, because with one convention ticket, one convention, she earns a son and a business partner until now.
Wow, that's
Right. So
amazing story.
that's a great story as an entrepreneur. Now I know greatest thing is that I spend time with her. We talk daily, and then now Market Malaysia is 7 year. That's how old is my firstborn, my son, 7 years old, and my daughter 4 years old, and basically our family grow with Market America Worldwide Shop.com.
Well,
Yeah.
that's an interesting story. So that's both of you like your magic moment in a convention. And then one thing when you start, because you don't have the business, I mean an entrepreneur. Previously you don't have an entrepreneur background, right? Because both of you like you work as a professionals, and how you face the challenge, when you start to become the entrepreneur, how you facing the challenge. I'm sure there are a lot of challenging, like because you switch your life, you transform your life from the professional workers, become an entrepreneur. So maybe Amber first.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Because the reason I turned off my audio is because they were mowing the lawn. It's very loud. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't realize they are coming today. Well, yes, I have to say, definitely be honest. There are lots of challenges along the way. I think Ken can agree with me. Well, because I never did build a business before, never, right? And this is a totally different way to live your life, and different way to start your day. Being an employee, all you need to do is just show up on time.
Yes, correct.
Do whatever, you passively do whatever you've been told to do. But be an entrepreneur, you have to be proactively to design your day and execute that action plan. So you are control everything. I mean, it's good, it's bad. It depends on who you are and what you want. I think everything turned down to exactly why you start Market America. What do you want to achieve from this business? Even though originally my why is keep my dad alive, products at wholesale, and tax write-off, And but when I my first convention, I got two conclusions. One, there is money in Greensboro.
Uh-uh.
And that's a fact now. It's not a theory. It's not, oh, I know someone made money in Market America. Now I sit in that audience. I saw everything happen, unfold in front of me. I realized there is money in this company. It's just a matter of how to get it, right? Second, it's not 300. It's not 600. It is an opportunity to changing life.
Wow.
This is a very different game than making money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So since the first convention, my goal I want to achieve for market, I'm a first generation immigrant. I was not born here. I was not grown up here, right? So my purpose of building Market America after first convention totally changed. I will use Market America to changing my life, my mom, dad's life,
Yes.
my children's life, 3 generations, very heavy, very heavy. So when there's a challenge, there's obstacles. My first year, I would say, I cried a lot because there are lots of things I never experienced. I was like, keep asking myself, why people are so difficult? Why they treat me like that? You know, a lots of why. I realized there are lots of why, no answer.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I look at my 2 boys. I say, what the heck? I'm doing it for them, right? And I just need to bear with it and overcome. So the way I did it, I bought a lot of book. I started to get answer from book. I was so nerdy. I read all the book, English, Chinese. I tell my mom to oversee some books for me. And I listen to audios, you know, all these famous names, Jim Rohn, right? And who was I forgot their name. Jim Rohn is my all-time favorite. I so familiar with everything he said, and let me realize every obstacle, every challenge happened for a good reason and only reason to make me better, to make me better. So just relax, take a deep breath, bear with it. Tomorrow, you will find a solution. No big deal.
Yeah. So you have your big why, right?
I do. I
Yeah,
do. It's my 2
big why.
kids. Yeah, mom, dad, right? It's, you know, I always says, if you can work 9 to 5, 5 days a week, 45 years for someone else, you can't work hard for yourself for 2 to 3 years. Something wrong with you, right? And that's how I see it. That's how I see. Now I'm embracing all challenge, all questions, all problems. As I said, it just makes me better. No big deal.
So I can say like just face it, just face all the
Yeah,
obstacles
exactly.
and
Just
the
face it.
challenge, right? Yeah, that's that's good. How about you, Ken?
Okay, I want to echo, you know, Amber, story, you know, the challenge of, we came from professionals and now to be on your own. But I want to give credit to the founder, J.R. Ridinger, because he created a system for us to follow. For us that, you know, we come from a different background, but we have a unified system to follow. You know, when you work 9 to 5 for other people, because that company, that founder created a system and hired people to trade time for their money, which is salary. But basically, you're working the system for the creator. But now JR created a system that can be franchised and duplicate to average people just like us, right? So if you started life as an entrepreneur, you don't know how to be an entrepreneur, and great, Market America, you know, unfranchised business with a system for you to follow through, right? For the past, you know, until now, 7, 8 years, I'm not saying I'm very successful yet, but then I'm so clear. I know where am I going, where I am going with the system. The first 2 to 3 years is about, you know, self-growth, learn because coming from professionals. But then on the 4th year until now, it's all about implementations, you know, showing the system that works. And the best is that I can share this system in a franchise way to people that need it. In
Yeah.
other terms, means you're changing people's lives with a system, right? So I think this is something that, we face challenges because in the end of the day, the uncontrollable is human. It's human. You cannot control humans'
Yeah.
emotion,
Exactly.
behavior, all this thing, but we can, show them a system, and then eventually the atmosphere with, our global training meeting seminar system, the environment can actually shape them, give them a good place to learn the system, right? So our job, we deal with people daily. Even until now, I still receive no from people, which is cold market. Can be someone else in market America, but I'm in outside the world. I'm nobody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
this is your your own transformation. That okay, great. Is no, that's fine with me because I have a next name to a next life to change. You see, so I think the biggest challenge is dealing with human and not. I just want to give a tips to everyone here that listening. The challenge is not with the system. A lot of people put the challenge or the blame on the system. No, the challenge is on human. May not be yourself, but that the people that you face. So I think we
Very
should
good point.
change the focus into how to deal with
Very
people,
good point.
right? So
Yep.
yeah, that's what I want to share.
Oh,
Great. Love
that's
that.
great. That's great. Maybe can I
Yes.
have something like you want to ask Amber?
Right. Because we were talking about background, we have similar background,
Mm-hmm.
Amber and myself here, and then, and challenge from professionals into entrepreneurs. But one key thing about this, back to the system, the unfranchised business, the system, is that, we are franchising to people and they own it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think is the way that how we can create duplications, because it may be successful on Amber, on Ken, on other successful UFO and franchise owner, but then how can we ensure this duplication can be ongoing? Or what have you done to your team, Amber, that can be so successful in Flushing and then across the states and even globally? Can you share with us, Amber, how can the strategy or some approach that can effectively create the successful duplication?
All right. First of all, I want to reinstate what you just said. The problem is not in the system. That's a very, very important point. Because when people building the business, doesn't matter how strong your why is, you deal with human beings, there will be problems. But most time we focus on the wrong spot. We think, oh, the market's too hard, the price is too high, and this, all these things. System itself has no problem at all. And we need to focus on, our mind should be on the right thing, which is ourself and our future team. That is very important. Think back like how I built my business. After first convention, I so want to build it, right? And didn't know how. I started to attend home kickoff with my senior partner, my sponsor, Min Lu, and I had nothing. I started attending their home kickoff. 6 months passed by. My first convention was August, Icon. 6 months passed by, which will be leadership school in Miami. My team didn't grow much. And I had 8 people at Icon. I sold 8 tickets to leadership. So went to leadership school. I was in the business 9 months. Wait, 10 months. I was in the business 10 months. I was an executive coordinator. I was making about $300 every month. To be honest, I was frustrated because I thought I'm a hardworking person. I did everything I could. I thought I did everything I could. And I'm not satisfied with the result. Extra 300, right? It's nothing to brag about. So I said, should I continue staying in this business? But I bought 3 tickets, so I still show up at Miami. I sit in the audience. I literally can compare market at Miami with the market America 6 months ago. I realized this company grow fast. I either make a decision I need to be all in to catch on, or I might as well just quit. Of course, I made a decision, you know what? I will be all in. I will be all in. Went home. First thing, I pick up NPCP. I learned how to show the plan. It's a shame to say, almost a year in the market America, I still didn't know how to show the plan. And I was close to my sponsor, and so everywhere we went together. So she's the one show the plan. I was the one listen, right? Now I said I definitely gonna be all in to Market America. I will give myself a year. I will be all in. First step, I want to show the plan. So every day went to work. When I have a spare time, I pull up a piece of paper. I start to show to myself. At lunchtime, I drag my coworker. I say, "Hey, do me a favor. Be my audience. Let me show the plan to you. I'm practicing. I'm practicing." By the way, one of my coworker did show up. Did sign up. And then shortly after that, I went to a district rally, and the speaker was talking about the importance of home event. I literally had someone hit on my head. "Oh, this is you build market in America." I'm not sure every one of you saw the bullseye concept. Target is a leadership school icon. They're altering activity. So I would listen to that district. I came back from the district. I was the only one there because it was the English one. My team barely speak English. I was the only one there. Went back to home. I called all my leaders. I have a few. No, when I say all, maybe 2 or 3. And I said, "Listen, we need to have a home kickoff." And they said, "What is a home kickoff?" I said, "I'm not sure, but something we're going to do at home." Ken probably know about Flushing. I'm not sure whether Yankee know what Flushing. Flushing is a town. Basically, 97% of the population there was not born in this country. First generation immigrant, dominated by Chinese. Dominated by Chinese, and there's barely have individual house. It's all apartment building. The population was very condensed, right? So most of my teammates was start there. We start there. That's why I call the team Flushing. Actually, I physically don't live there, but that's where we built the business. Because I work there. My office was there. So after work, I start to use bakery. Luckily, Chinese have lots of bakery. Coffee. I don't know. Sometimes some place called coffee shop. We call bakery. They sell coffee, tea, and some like pastries. We use there. They also have city library, so we use there to learn how to show the plan, and then we go to some partners' home to do home events. And when I say home, I mean apartment. Some partner even share apartment with other tenant. First generation immigrant, money is tight, and like 2-bedroom apartment could be 2 families.
Okay.
So we use the bedroom, we use the kitchen, sometimes living room. One of the initial requirement for our teammate is buy a whiteboard when you sign up the business. Buy a smaller whiteboard, and I still have a whiteboard downstairs. Buy a whiteboard and learn how to show the plan. 8 o'clock, sometimes 9 o'clock, depends on like if you work in the nail salon, most of the nail salon close at 7:30. By the time you get home, 8:30, 9, right? We even have home kickoff start like 11 p.m. because happen in the restaurant. So we start to do home kickoff, start from 1, and then we extend to 2, to 3. And you realize when it's like you set up a vending machine on this block. So every vending machine gonna help you to sell 1 Coke, 2 Diet Coke, but everything collectively, you add everything together is huge. It's huge. So when we say home kickoff, please don't think about, 20 people plus, 50 people plus, the room is packed. No, it starts with sometimes 2, sometimes 3, and then you start to grow. Right? You start to grow. And that year in February, my income was about $300.
Mm-hmm.
I started to do home kickoff in March, and we started to from 1 to everything. And 6 months later in September, my income was $8,400, $2,100 for 4 weeks. 84 from 300 to 84. It just snowballed. It just snowballed. So never ever underestimate the power of one home kickoff. You know, one thing I learned is in this business, well, in life in general, people like to overestimate what they can do in a year. Oh, business, easy. 2 people, easy. Next year, I will be a director, right? And next year, I will be this. At the same time, they underestimate the potential of 2 to 3 years, 4 to 5 years, 6, 7 years, what they're gonna get. It's totally life-changing, totally life-changing. So that's how our team built our business. It's all in home event, in coffee shop, in city library, in someone's home, on kitchen table. Exactly as Jara said, right? You start on the kitchen table. And also, you have to know how to show the plan. You have to know some very basic products benefit you and your family because you have a story to share.
Yeah.
When you get together with your friends, with your relative, what do? You are now selling a business. You literally share a story.
That's
A
right.
story you become from this to that, and you become better. You know, story sells. Story sells.
Story.
And so that's how we kind of like grow our business. Along the way, one thing very important, at every home event, doesn't matter you're doing a business presentation or you do a wellness party, doesn't matter. One thing in common, you have to promote next event tickets. You have to promote next event tickets. This just the blood running this machine. You just have to do that. So when you repeat over time, people realize, oh, this is a part of a deal for me to make it in Market America. I just have to grab that tickets. So selling ticket become, I don't want to use the word easy, but people understand they need to show up.
Wow.
Another thing, let me add one more thing on it, is people always talk about, okay, duplicate. Building Market America is quite different. It's a business, but quite different than traditional business. It's a leader is not a boss, because if I'm a boss, I can use money to managing you. I pay your salary, you listen, right? Easy. As a leader, we don't have that. So relatively speak, probably a little bit more challenging than being a boss. I didn't know how to lead a team. I never ran a company, but I know one thing for sure. If I become better, they will follow me. That's a human nature. That's a human nature.
Yep.
Right? That's why I came to this country, right? I want to become better. I want to give better life to my family. Oh, human nature doesn't matter. Your races, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter your education level. We all want to be better. For everybody on the call, I don't know you. We never met. I know one of the reasons you start Market America is because you want to be better.
That's true.
Right? Physically, financially, spiritually. Either way, you want to become better. So my focus all this past 23 years until this moment is always on myself. I still read, I still listen, I still buy tickets every event, and because I want to be better. Right? I leading by example. I have a result.
Yeah.
Nobody is dumb. When they see you become better and you have that result, you retired, you become a full-time mom, and you can take your 90-year-old mom to travel around the world. Everybody want that.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
don't need to pay them. They will follow me.
Yeah.
They will listen, right? So put focus on yourself. Never forget why you start Market America. Market America for sure, definitely hands down, can provide you a very enriched life. Very.
That's the value when you are in
It
market.
is.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, wow, all in one shot, sharing about
Did I
duplication,
talk too
but
much?
then no, but
Oh.
that's just spot on. The best duplication, I think what I get away from members, best duplication is yourself, right? Yourself, and people will follow through. So, and one more thing is don't overestimate the business, right? But don't underestimate the potentials. Right,
Exactly.
right. So
Right.
great,
You're
great.
good, Ken.
You got a
You're
lot.
good, Ken.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow.
Right.
Sure.
So Yanti,
Wow. I don't know how to say.
speechless now,
I'm
yeah.
yeah. So one thing like Ken said, all about like Amber said, like you have to value yourself to be better and better. That's people will follow you, of course. You have to prove to people that you become better and better every time. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to prove your worth to follow.
Yes, correct. Wow, gimana Bapak Ibu? Wah, Bapak Ibu yang kalau merasa hari ini mendapatkan sesuatu dari mereka, if you feel that you got something from Amber and Ken Tai, you can leave the comment, your comment in the comment room. Yeah, you can say the gratitude to them. Wow, very inspiring. Yeah, very inspiring. Wow. Like Benny said, never take the granted. Okay. Amazing sharing, Ken and Amber. Wow. Everybody, I hope you guys in the 30 minutes you got something from them. And I hope to see you soon in KL, the Southeast Convention in KL in the
Coming
next
up?
week. Coming up is the next week.
Next
Yeah.
week, just next week.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, I have two partners gonna flew in from London.
Oh,
From
Wow,
UK, flying
London.
from yeah.
from
UK
London.
to attend this convention.
Yeah.
I wish I were there. Great.
Yeah, like Amber said and Ken said, the amazing moment happened in convention. Just you can share this convention to your friends. Ya, bisa ngajak mereka. Masih ada waktu. Ya, memang tiket udah sold out, tapi we can help you to find the tickets if you want to attend it. So hopefully this convention can also your magic moment to change your life. Yeah, and we hope to see you soon in the chill and chat next month. Of course, next month we have Drayton with us. Yes, next month Drayton with us and Jenny. Yes, and selamat malam untuk semuanya dan sukses untuk Anda semua. Once again, thank you Amber and Ken Tai for your sharing tonight. Very powerful. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Amber.
Sure. Send me a link for Dratton's chill and chat. I want to have one.
Okay, sure. Okay, I will send to you. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sure. Ken, nice to
Selamat
see you
malam.
here again.
Thank you,
Ken,
Amber.
thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Bu
Yes.
Yanti.
Bye-bye. Thank you.